am hosting with a few friends of mine a wellness, mindfulness day, and the founders who are here with me today decided to do what they're calling staycation day, which is kind of like a pop-up in LA. We're hosting it at my house, and we have a bunch of different vendors. We have a bunch of amazing people here who are just committed to spending the day taking care of themselves and treating themselves. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Trying to Figure It Out. I'm Allie, and here on Trying to Figure It Out, we do exactly what the title says. We try to figure out life. We talk about friendships, relationships, mental health, family dynamics, and so much more. Today on our episode, we're doing something a little bit different than we've ever done before. I am hosting with a few friends of mine a wellness, mindfulness day. I'm going to let them speak on it a little bit more. I think I told you guys a few months ago that I had gone on a mindful weekend wellness retreat, and it was a really wonderful experience to be with a group of women who were super empowered in self-care. I think what was so special about that weekend was being around a group of people who wholeheartedly committed to themselves for a whole weekend, which I don't think is something that many people do or feel confident doing or feel is something socially acceptable to do. So I had a wonderful time. I made new friends, built on my own health journey and my mental health journey, and it was just a super lovely weekend. And the founders who are here with me today decided to do what they're calling staycation day, which is kind of like a pop-up in LA. We're hosting it at my house, and we have a bunch of different vendors, and we have a bunch of amazing people here who are just committed to spending the day taking care of themselves and treating themselves. So we are going to do a little bit of rapid fire interviews today with some of the people who are here enjoying this event. And before we do that, I'm going to sit and chat with the co-founders and let them share a little bit about what they individually do, why they decided to start this business, and where they see it going, and just whatever else they want to share with you guys. So welcome to Trying to Figure It Out, Kat and Monica. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so can you guys just tell me your relationship, how you guys decided to start doing this, why, and how it's been going so far?
I'm Kat. I am Allie's chiropractor.
And
this is Monica. Yeah. So we met organically working out one day, and we had a lot in common. We connected really well, and we just developed a relationship. And one day, randomly, she asked me if I wanted to do a wellness retreat, and I said yes.
The rest is
and
history.
The rest is history. We're here today. We've had 2 weekenders.
I said, have you ever thought about doing this? And she said, what do you have in mind? And I shared some ideas, and she was action-oriented. I actually have never met someone that I came to them with an idea, and the next day we were in action steps to
100%.
get it taken care of. She's
That
like
is
the
Kat's
best person,
thing.
right?
She is go. She literally never stops.
Yeah, and I thought it was perfect to ask her to partner with, because I'm a therapist. I work on healing through emotions and healing our brain, so from the inside, and she is a chiropractor, so she heals from the outside.
Yeah.
So putting those together, it was like very special.
Yeah, right away we're like, okay, it's going to be mind, body, soul. That's what we want to bring. And then how you said, I never stop. And it's like most of the people that are in my circle, that's our life in LA. Is just nonstop, work to the point of exhaustion, and then wake up and do it again. And we're like, this is hard. It's not working.
Yeah.
What can we provide for women? What can I provide for my patients, where I pull them away from like the toxic environment, and we're just still. We just take a break to relax, refresh. We're mindful. So we're like, let's call it mindful weekends, because let's have a weekend where we're actually mindfully taking a break for ourselves. And yeah, that's it.
I think what's really cool about what you guys have done with it too is, of course, there's like the mental health area where people do feel safe and can open up. I remember when I was at the retreat, me and Monica had like what was honestly probably the equivalent of like a 3-hour session. And that was amazing. And I think that there's space for that, but there's also so much space for internal healing and learning how to heal yourself just by the environment that you place yourself in. And I think what's really cool about it too is doing these days are a lot more accessible for people. It's something that you don't have to commit to the whole weekend. You can commit to just a day. People have a really hard time committing to slowing down. It's been so lovely. People are just enjoying being outside with nature and feeling grounded, and it's just been really nice. I think what you guys are doing is amazing, and I'm really grateful that I know you both.
Thank
you.
Yeah. Outside of these days, what are 3 things that you always include in your day to incorporate wellness or mindfulness in your daily routine?
So I usually pay attention to how my body feels. And right now in this moment, what feels really good for me is spending time outside every day, making sure I take my supplements. I worked with an acupuncturist and we came up with different supplements that were important for my body. And I also turn my phone off at 9 p.m. I try not to answer text messages or go on social media after 9 o'clock so that my body can unwind and I can sleep peacefully without thinking about like everything that's going on outside of just me in that moment.
That's amazing.
If I were to pick 3 things, I would be lying if I say that we do them every single day.
Right.
But I'm trying to be more, mindful. And what is great about our mindful weekends and our group is that we're not here preaching to like each person. We come to the events and we take part as well. And we try to work on ourselves. And as a chiropractor, I'm engaging with so many people each day. And I always try to connect and be honest with them because like I'm learning from them, they're learning from me, and we're like healing each other. It's like, an energy exchange. So I try to pray, and it's not necessarily, a religious thing. I just express gratitude every day. And if I'm anxious, I take a moment to say, thank you for my health. Thank you for my body being able to work and help everyone every day. That helps give me peace. Journaling is something that we preach. And when I journal consistently, I find that I'm most successful and consistent in my life. And I'm very big on taking care of my body. So my mom is a chiropractor, so I make sure to get my adjustments. I get massages, and I stretch every day. So, like they say, you only have one body, make sure you take care of it. And
well, thank you guys.
Every day.
Every
That's
day.
Great.
A lot.
Thank you guys. I'm super excited. This day has been lovely so far. I'm excited for the rest of the day and to get to know some of your guys' guests.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks. I am now sitting with another guest from today's event. She is a vendor. Her name is Alex, and I'm super excited to have her here. I'm going to let her take the floor and share a little bit about her business and why she started it, and just tell us a little more about yourself as well.
Sure, yeah. Well, thanks for having me. My name is Alex. I started Rhino and Lucy during COVID as a passion project. I have a corporate Silicon Beach type tech job that just realized it wasn't enough. Like I just wanted more from life. And I'd always really been interested in tea and herbs, and ended up back at my family house where I stumbled upon some of my mom's old books, and she passed over a decade ago. So I was reading those books, kind of like reattaching myself towards her, and started learning herbalism and started making more tea, making more drinks at the house, and started making batches of stuff for friends, like to practice on them. One of them was a coworker of mine who then posted on Instagram, and a bunch of people who are friends with Monica and Kat reached out and wanted to partner, and were like, wait, you make these teas, like you should sell these. This is a really great idea. So I'm like, oh crap, I guess it is. And I guess I could do more than just make these for friends. So we're a traveling tiki bar tea house. We do custom blends, we do pendulum tea readings, we do mixology, bartending. That's kind of the idea. And hopefully one day it'll be real, be a real shop.
Well, I think it's pretty real right now. Your drinks have been amazing today. I love the hibiscus cocktail. Thank you for sharing. Now I'm going to ask you what I'm asking everyone at the event who's coming on the podcast.
Okay.
What are 3 things that you do in your day to incorporate mindfulness or wellness into your day and just ground yourself a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I try my best to do this every day.
Yeah.
Usually probably happens like 5 times a week. Yeah. I'm not flawless. One is always a morning tea ceremony by myself. So whatever that might be that day. It might be an herbal infusion with an herb or a few herbs I'm interested in that day. Or it might just be like we did this morning, a nice oolong or a pu'er, and I just sit outside and enjoy that for 20 minutes. No phone, no distraction, just me and the birds and the sun and my tea. That to me is just so important and something I really benefit from daily. Number 2, my dog, my puppy would be one.
I relate to that.
Yeah. So walking her,
Yeah.
playing with her. That's part of my routine as well. Every afternoon, I work from home for my corporate job. At 2:33, I'm done. And then I go to her and I spend quality time with her.
That's
and then
amazing.
3, probably dinner with my husband, whatever that means, cooking, going out. Those 3 things really help me stay focused and grounded in what life is about, right?
100%.
So,
well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing. I'm very excited that my listeners got a chance to learn about your business and know a little bit more about you. For anyone interested, is the Instagram handle just Rhino and Lucy?
Yeah,
Okay, amazing.
exactly.
You guys can check it out if you're in need of a bartender service or you want to do a tea ceremony or whatever that is for you, whatever your needs are, please check it out.
Oh,
And
thanks so
thank you for
much.
being here. Our next guest with us is Katrina. She is a certified esthetician. Is that how you say it?
License.
Licensed.
It's a license.
A licensed esthetician. She is here providing facials for our guests. So I'm going to let her share a little bit about her business and how you got into it.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me,
Of
first of
course.
all. I'm Katrina. I'm a licensed esthetician and owner of Amla Aesthetics. I wanted to bring a more holistic approach to skincare. I think the beauty industry is fully saturated with exfoliants and doing all of the things to our face all of the time. So I wanted to really break that down and bring in the most important parts of skincare. And in doing so, I've learned so much about the holistic approach to skincare, meaning that everything is interconnected inside of us. Our skin is our largest organ, and our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, what we eat on a day-to-day basis, the overall general health of our organs has a lot to do with how our skin appears. So I wanted to work with that side too. So I'm a results-driven holistic skincare specialist.
That's
I
amazing.
work with acne, hyperpigmentation, all skin colors, skin types. So it's my passion. I moved to LA from Oregon when I was 18 and I wanted to be in fashion and do all of the things that most people move here for, right?
Right.
So I went to FITM. I worked for Nordstrom Corporate for over 10 years. And then I realized one day that excuse my language, I fucking hate this.
You're good.
I hated
feel
walking
you.
into work every single day. I didn't feel like I was really serving the larger purpose of my life, right? Or anyone else's for that matter. So I quit my job and traveled for a year and really got clear on what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
That's
and
amazing.
Skincare has always been a baby passion of mine. I've always been interested in it. So
That's amazing.
I'm happy to be able to provide this service for others.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask you, and I've been asking all the guests so far, what are 3 things that you try to include in your day to incorporate wellness and mindfulness into your life?
The first thing that comes to mind is I wake up in gratitude every single morning. My bed sits next to a window and I get to watch the sunrise every morning.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I purposefully do not sleep with my phone in my room. It's out in the living room. So I do not roll over and start scrolling and checking on everyone else's life before I check in on my own.
That's a great way to put it.
Thank you. That ultimately sets my day up for success. And then I work out every morning. And then I journal, I meditate. I'm also a yoga teacher. So
You do it all.
I really do live the lifestyle of a holistic approach to life, right?
That's amazing.
So meditation is super important.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So where can people find you and your business?
So you can find me on Instagram. I'm amla_aesthetics.
Okay.
My website is amlaaesthetics.com.
Well, thank you for being here and sharing.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
it.
Our next guests who are here as vendors with us today is Sophia and Litsa. They are cousins. They are going to share a little bit about their businesses, how they got into it, and why wellness and mindfulness is important to them. So I'll let you guys take it away.
I'm Sophia. I am the founder of an apothecary business called Ayurveda Apothecary. Ayurveda coming from my last name, Avramides, and then Veda coming from Ayurveda, which is the system of medicine that I'm obsessed with and love and has really like helped me in so many ways. So I really love working with plants and herbs to make things that help the body. And that's the primary component of my business, but I'm also like super into education, teaching people about these systems and helping them kind of figure it out for themselves too.
So my name is Litsa, and I am just like an artist and designer. It's something I kind of picked up at the beginning of COVID as a mental health outlet almost, just trying to tap into like my creative outlets, my creative spaces. And so I started with like painting on very large canvases and then have kind of been exploring with like other means of art and creation. I paint on luggage, I paint on my walls, I paint on a bunch of things, and kind of exploring the digital art space as well. But it's been a really awesome just creative outlet and passion project.
That's amazing. It's so funny because I've been doing all these little interviews today, and each person, a lot of these businesses that they've started and their passions all have come in this like post-pandemic time. Totally. And it's just really cool to see how many people have gotten in touch with their creative selves and the confidence to just start their own business in a time where there was no other thing to do. And now there's all these amazing companies and small businesses that are just made to help people and be outlets for your mental health, for your internal health, for all different kinds of things. I think it's super special and really cool. So props to you guys for doing all this.
Thank you.
I want to go back to you, Sophia, for a second. Can you share a little bit more about what Ayurveda is?
Ayurveda is a system of medicine that stems from India. It's like a 3,000 to 5,000 year old practice. I don't know the exact number. It's this really incredible system that's like ancient, and it comes from the same text as yoga. So as long as yoga has been around, Ayurveda has been around. And basically yoga is, we all know yoga. It's like this beautiful practice of connecting with our body, with breath, and putting ourselves into certain shapes that make us feel a certain way. Ayurveda is the diet and lifestyle practice that goes alongside it. So it's all about looking at what your body is and what you're experiencing as a human, in your psychology and your emotions and in your physiology, and how can you balance that through what you eat, what herbs you take, what you do on a daily basis.
Right. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So different.
It's really, and it like is super intuitive. It's like something we already all practice. We do a lot of Ayurvedic things every day, but we don't really know that that's what we're doing. We don't have that vocabulary. So I really like studying Ayurveda because I feel like it gives a vocabulary to the things that we might be doing that we know feel good.
Right. For sure. Can you share a little bit about where you hope your art journey takes you and what you hope to see happen with your business?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of right now putting like no boundaries or expectations with it, which is kind of fun. There's a lot of like artists I follow on socials that I really like their style of doing it, but I'm like, I just kind of want to paint and design on everything.
Yeah.
I even want to paint tables. I want, you know what I mean? I just essentially like the motive behind it is like kind of evoking emotion through like bright colors. I use very bright colors in all my practices, and it's like therapeutic for myself. Like if I'm feeling down and I make this incredibly bright piece that I put in my room, it's just like it just helps like my daily mood, which is really awesome. So I'm really excited to kind of see where it goes, but I also work in the music industry. So kind of finding a way to bring art and music together and bringing like two of my passions together would be really great. But I'm kind of keeping it open. I would love to work with artists on like their album artwork and stuff like that, but then also do murals and paint luggage and kind of do all that. So
amazing.
I guess the world is my oyster. So we'll see.
It truly is. Can you both share with me 3 things that you try to include in your daily routine to incorporate mindfulness and wellness into your lives?
It varies. Like it changes like season to season what I like feel like I resonate with. What I've really been like vibing with lately is giving myself a few minutes every day in the morning to do a voice memo. Speech is such a powerful thing, and using your words and your voice. So every day I vocalize in my phone on voice memos, just like a few things that I would like to see happen in my day. And I feel like that gives me like directionality. And I actually do it in a way like it already happened. So I'd be like, I'm so thankful that today I did this, and like, or today I had this happen. And it's been really helpful because it feels like it helps me remember that I do have control over how I experience a day. And even though I don't really have control about what happens in my day or what happens outside of me, like how I choose to experience it is in my control. And that's been really helpful for me.
Amazing.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
And then I just drink a lot of water. I get outside. I really like at least 10 minutes a day. I go on a walk. I would love to go on a hike every day, but that's not always
realistic.
So like just to walk around the neighborhood or just like sitting outside for a few minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
Thank you for asking.
A voice memo is a great idea.
Yeah,
I love
speaking
that.
things
It's
into
honestly
existence.
been a
Yeah.
life changer.
That's amazing. 3 things I do. This is something I've definitely been trying to be more mindful about just because I have such a chaotic schedule that I'll like wake up and just jump right into things. And I realize I have anxiety throughout the entire day. Incorporating some sort of workout first thing in the morning has been extremely helpful for me. I've joined a gym. I make myself go, which has been really helpful. One thing I've also recently, as of like 2 weeks ago, been trying to do on a daily basis is meditate. I think it was something that kind of intimidated me for a little while, but I realized like you can meditate for like 3 minutes and you can be stretching while you do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily just have to be complete silence. So just trying to have that moment of like connection with my body, essentially, through that meditation, through that working out. And I've been really trying to be mindful about what I eat because I also love to eat any and everything.
It makes a
and
huge difference.
It makes such a difference in my mood, in my skin, especially because I definitely like am someone who deals with like acne issues and stuff like that. But just like trying to eat vegetables throughout the day really does a huge thing. I like we have this thing in our Greek culture. It's called choriatiki salad. It's like tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, green peppers, feta cheese, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Pretty straightforward, but it's like I eat it like twice a day, and
It's the best.
Yeah, it's been really great. Even just like helping me feel better and look better, and that's been really helpful as well. So just minding what I eat has been a journey.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it was so nice getting to know you guys. I really appreciate it. Where can people find you, find what you do, find your art, and just let us know where we can follow you.
My Instagram is at Avraveda. That's on all platforms. I'm at Avraveda, AVRAVEDA.
Amazing.
And my handle for my artwork is LRO.ART. So Elro Art.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
People should definitely check it out. You guys are amazing. And thank you for everything you've done today to make it so special.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Yay.
Our next guest is Sharon. She did our sound bath this morning, and it was absolutely lovely. I've never done a sound bath before. It was really beautiful, and I think it really showed me how much the sounds can help you disconnect more. I'm not great with meditation. I felt like the sounds really helped with that layer of really letting go of my mind and trying to just completely get in touch with my body. So I thought that was really cool, and I definitely am now turned on to sound baths. Can you just share a little bit about your business, how you got into it, and a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I have a business called Temple 1209. So it's a mobile meditation and massage. I service people who are anxious and stressed out and trying to find their way in the world. Exactly. Me too. I also deal with that. So I'm like, okay, well, how can I help myself and help those around me who are experiencing the same thing? So I started sound meditation in 2020, like a lot of other creative folks, finding their purpose.
Yeah.
So I've been a massage therapist since 2017. And when the pandemic hit, I was like, well, I can't touch anybody. What do I do?
Yeah.
So sound was a really, really good way to still heal those who needed it, or just like provide that sense of safety and that loving touch. So after the pandemic lifted, I started blending massage and sound meditation, and it's been so transformative, so beautiful.
That's amazing.
Really necessary. Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations. Can
Thank
you
you.
share for my listeners who don't know what a sound bath is and how it really helps people and what it does?
Yeah, well, sound bathing is a really good way to meditate, like you said, especially for those who can't sit still in silence.
meditation isn't all about sitting still and like om or chanting or anything, but what sound is doing, it's healing from the inside out. So it's using the frequencies that's emitting from the sound bowls, from the chimes, the gongs, and it's going into our bodies. It's regenerating our cells, replenishing, and it's also directly connected to our brain waves. So it's getting us into an alpha theta space, which is the ideal space for meditation.
Got it.
So that's where we chill out. We're not quite asleep, but we're just vibing out.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so I've been asking this question to everyone. What are 3 things you do in a day to incorporate wellness and mindfulness into your personal life?
Journaling every morning. Being mindful, really like listening to my body. Okay, are you hungry? Are you not hungry? And I've been getting out into the sun a lot more.
Yeah, especially the weather's been so great lately.
Yeah, I can get really just stuck inside. And I'm like, I need sunshine.
I feel
So
that.
very simple, but
Yeah,
still
no, those
powerful.
are all great things. Where can people find you and find more about your business? And if they want to book you or do something with you, how can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Temple 1209, so TEMPLE 1209.com. I'm also on Instagram, and you can find that Temple 1209 all spelled out. My name is Sharon Rosaria. I'm also on Spotify, on Apple Music. I have sound bath meditation, guided meditations.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Well, I think that concludes our interviews for today. So I want to thank you and thank everyone who came on to share what they do, a little bit more about their businesses. I'm super grateful to have gotten to meet a lot of amazing women who are empowered in starting their own companies that are grounded and rooted in wellness and mindfulness. It's amazing what has come out of this post-pandemic world of people being allowed and accepted for starting businesses that are really about healing and just taking time for yourself. I think that's one of the really beautiful things that has changed in this world. And so I'm super grateful to have heard from all the people today. The event was definitely a success in my mind. I had a wonderful time. And I think that for everyone listening, these are just tools and tips to remind yourself and to show yourself how you can incorporate wellness and mindfulness into your life and how to prioritize it. And if you want to prioritize it to another level, definitely come to the next mindful weekend or staycation day. It was really lovely. And if it's something you're interested in, definitely check it out. So thank you for listening and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week on Trying to Figure It Out.